Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Wild Comics. So today I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, but I'm sure you guys have seen it, and I know I've seen it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So today I'm going to be cracking these cases to get these books out so that I can resubmit them into CGC. So did I submit these originally? I did not. I purposely bought this Thor 337 First Appearance of Beta Ray Bill at an 8.5 off-white, 2 white pages. And then I also bought this 8.5 ASM 361 First Carnage, white pages. The reason why I purchased these, and I'm always on the hunt on eBay to try to find some of these, the 337 is extremely dirty on the back side as well as the front. It does look like it was pressed, so that's a bonus, but it's also kind of a hit. But there are some minor defects and pressable defects in this one that I can see through the case itself. Same thing with the 361, extremely dirty, and this one was never pressed because as I look at it, I can see there's just a ton of waves throughout the cover of the book and throughout the back side of the book. Again, some easy pressable defects. The one thing I do look for as well is when I'm looking through a hard case are the staples. The staples are a really good indication if they've been pressed or not. Reason being is sometimes if the press is done wrong, the staples can pop. There can be some markings, indentation. This press is actually, I'll flip the camera around so you guys can see it as well, but it's crooked. So that could just be a miswrap. Really common for the 361. There were a lot of issues with the 361s as far as cutting defects, wrapping defects, ink defects. I've seen blue ink all over these books. They do not affect the grade from my understanding. I could be completely wrong. You can correct me in the comments. But that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around so you guys can take a better look at all of this. And then I'll show you how I'm going to crack them. I'm going to be using a flathead screwdriver and a pair of scissors. And obviously you'll see those as I get close to them, but give me a minute and I'll flip the camera around. Okay, so first book that I have I'm going to be doing is ASM 361. So on the newer cases, there's like a small little, groove that's in the front side of the label. It's going to be on the front side of the label. So I heard that if you I can almost pull this apart. So you can almost kind of see how I'm already pulling it apart. So let me see if I can get the screwdriver in there now. Just be super careful because we're obviously got to be careful of the book. And we'll go down the side like so. Shoot, I might even be able to do this with my hand. Oh wait, no, the case just broke. Okay, so can't do it by your hand. So the case is broken. The case is cracked. So let's go ahead and keep going. Maybe on this side. Put this back in here. Again, we got to be careful that we don't damage the book, because that's what we don't want. We want to get a better grade, not a worse grade than the 8.5. Okay. Let's see if I can kind of pull this. All right, so maybe I can pull the book out now. So I have the label there. Okay, so I got that one out of that one. So that one's completely cracked open. And then we also got to make sure that when we cut it, we can make sure there's just ever so small of a room right there. So this part's going to be pretty fun as well. So let me see if I can cut this out of here. Obviously being careful they don't damage the book. Alright, seems like it's going pretty smoothly. So we'll get that one out of the way. I wonder now if I can pull the book out through the top. Okay, so that book is definitely out. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there are some definite pressable defects. Now that it's completely out of the case, there are some definitely pressable defects in this book that I see, I mean, almost instantly. And the cover is really dirty. So let me see. I want to say there's some acid boards. And look at those pages. This was white pages, yeah. Now, did they put acid boards inside this? I thought they did. I could be wrong. So just again, just to be careful, just go through the whole book. You know, just like anytime you clean or press a book, you know, you should always go through the full book to make sure that, hey, there's no pages that are dented. There's no, you know, funky ink splatters, missing pages, missing MVS, you know, marble value stamps. All right, so there's all that. So it looks like there isn't, I heard sometimes they put acid boards in those. So there's the first book. That one's done. Let's move to the 337. Let's see this one. Kind of the same concept. Again, I can get it started with my nails actually, which is pretty interesting. I'll drop this in here. And it seems like it cracks pretty easily once I get it started. I wonder how CGC feels about this. You know, I don't know how they feel about people cracking cases. They probably don't care because majority of the time they're getting resubmitted and they're getting double dip on the book. So I think it's more of a collector's thing that people like to do for better grade. And again, I think this is more of the investment side of collecting comic books that people do this. It could be because people want to have a better grade and have it present better in their PC, their personal collection. But again, see if I can try this a little different. See if I can go all the way down. Okay, so that one I made it all the way down. I don't feel comfortable taking it out like that. Let me see if I can go this way. So I think if people, you know, some people might do this for their personal collection so where they can get, you know, a better grade on their books or whatever. But I think people who crack cases and do, you know, one of the reasons what I'm going to show you guys is kind of, you know, the resale value of all this as well. You know, an 8.5 on both of these obviously isn't going to draw in more money, let's say as a 9.0 would, even one more grade, a grade bump on it, right? So, okay, so then I also heard too that, you know, you should send these back into CGC so they can upgrade their senses. I'm a huge believer in that, especially, ooh, this one's gonna be tricky. Ooh, this one's really tight. You know, just to kind of keep everything updated and especially on the investment side of it. Wow, this one is really tight. I'm really concerned about doing this one. Okay, so let's see. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I mean, this book is definitely inside this case super tight. Unlike the 361 I just did, there is hardly any wiggle room in any of this book. I don't know how well you guys can see that or not, but deep breaths, take your time. Might be a long video. I think I'm going to go on through the spine side. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so then we have this. See if we can just take our time. Again, it's not something that's a race, you know. Wow, this book is extremely dirty. And you got to be careful. Obviously, don't cut the book, but obviously too that, you know, you don't put any additional spine ticks in the book, because I can kind of see how doing this process can actually accrue more spine ticks. Okay, so I have it cut. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in. See if I can pull it out first. Oh yeah. That one was tight. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there are some definite pressable defects in this book. Again, I don't know if you guys will be able to see them. There's a huge light crease right there that can easily be pressed out. A bunch of dirt, especially the backside. The backside is extremely dirty. Let me see the front. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can see this as well. There's a huge pressable defect right there throughout the book. And again, I wonder if that happens during the encapsulation process. So these are going to be my two books that I'm going to be pressing and cleaning and sending them in. I'm going to make this one continuous video so you guys will see the crack process as well as the finish process. So next time you see these books, hopefully they're in grades. So I'm going to flip the camera back around and just do a closeout for you guys. I can see the defects through the case pretty well, but now that it's actually out of the casing, you can see how dominant some of the defects are. See how those are just jacked up. Wait until I get to this corner. Where is that? Right there. Those are all pressable defects. All that, I mean, even look up by my thumb. All that will come out with a press. So this book was never pressed to begin with. The backside isn't too bad, but again, you can tell up top, you see up top, all those defects, there's just a lot of wrinkles in it. Look at that. By the time I get done pressing this book, all those will be completely out. Oh, look at that crease. That crease right there, that will come out. And then through the case itself, especially in the white covers, you can just tell, I mean, I don't know if you can see in the video or not, but it's just super dirty. Same thing with the 337. See if I can switch over real quick for you. 337 is the same way. I mean, you can just tell right there, there's just a little rippleage there. Right down, right there. All that will get pressed out. Things I could see through the case. Now this one is extremely dirty on the back. I can see through the case. There's another pressable defect that will come out. I mean, that kind of goes all the way down. That one goes all the way down. Like that whole press will come out. But then this one is just dirty. All that dirt will come off. So I can see it through the case. This would definitely come off. All that will come off. So hopefully that answers your question, gives you an idea as well. But this one especially is just mainly just really dirty. You can kind of see right down there. Okay, now we're back to this regular camera. I actually have both of the books still in front of me, but well, I probably shouldn't be showing you the back. That's kind of lame. So here's a 361 that's cracked out. Here's a 337 that's cracked out. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, press and clean both of these books. And I'm going to send them back into CGC just to kind of give you guys another update. The 361 was an 8.5 and the 337 was also an 8.5. This one was off-white to white pages. This one was white pages. So I'm going to hold on to these until I get them back. Now, the only problem about doing this is that I don't have a way to be able to show you guys like, oh, wow, these are the two correct books. So we're kind of on an honor system, but then again, I have no reason to lie to anybody. So again, I'm going to press and clean these. I'm going to bag and board them, and I'm going to send them out to CGC. So unfortunately for me, it's going to take a lot longer, but for you, it's going to take about 3 seconds. So 3, 2, 1. And we're back. So what took you guys 3 seconds took me just over 3.5 weeks. There's been some crazy shipping delays with everything going on with CGC and USPS, but I finally got the 2 books back in. We got a 337, the 361 are both in here. I actually did something a little bit different this time on shipping. They give you some options. USPS has a tendency of being a little more expensive than the other options as far as UPS and FedEx. FedEx is relatively new. They actually stopped using FedEx CGC for a while. And they started using it again, so I figured, why not try using a different shipping method? Because USPS seems to be taking forever right now. They have in the past packages that might have been lost from CGC, so I figured, why not do FedEx? I was able to track it every step. I knew when it was coming. It just seemed a whole lot easier, and I saved quite a bit of money. So I'm going to work on a video to where how I submit books into CGC, because I think a lot of people want to know that. I've been asked that as well. So without further ado, let's crack this open. So remember, we had 2 books. We had an ASM 361, which was the 8.5 white pages, and then we had the Thor 337 first beta rate bill off-white 2 white pages. I know I probably just said that moments ago, but for what was 3 seconds for you guys was 3 weeks. So yeah, so here we go. I am super stoked. I've never done this before. And I'll be honest with you guys, I actually have a few more books, a few more videos that I'm editing for just this one purpose. So look forward for more of this content coming back to you guys. So let's see if we have these in here. So let's see, the first one I don't want to look at it. I don't want you guys to look at it. I want it to be a surprise. Okay, so the first one that we have is going to be the ASM 361. Again, they were both 8.5s. Let's see. Again, I cleaned it. I pressed it. 8.5. I mean, there's really no other reason. I'll let you guys take a look at the grade first. A 9.0. All right. We had a grade bump. That is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break them down to where you guys can see kind of what an 8.5 was and what, again, like if you guys watch my pre-screens, you'll see all the breakdowns as far as purchase price, CGC cost, what it would have been at an 8.5, what it is at a 9.0, and then what the difference is and what the profitability is. At least according to eBay sales and everything else, because that's the most common usage. So that's really exciting. We got a grade bump on that, so that's really, really cool. So let's go to the next one. Obviously, we know it's going to be the Thor 337 first beta ray bill. Again, there's really no reason to hide anything. I just like to look at it just because of the fact that, you know, if anything else happened or whatever to it, that wasn't there before. So there's a couple other spine ticks in here. It's kind of weird. But I'll let you guys go ahead and take a look at the grade. Let you guys take a peek at that. Yes! How awesome is that, dude? I got two grade bumps. I got a 9.0 and a 9.2 just from pressing and cleaning, you guys. So that's really cool. I'm really curious to see. I'm sure it's not a big. Oh, you know what? This is white pages now. To where before it was off-white to white pages. Oh wow. Okay. So that's pretty cool. I would really like to kind of keep these together. You know what I mean? Kind of keep them together so I have them. I'm not going to do that. Reason being is I'm actually going to take these and I'm going to ship them to CGC. Reason being is because they have a whole census, as most of you guys probably know. I would hate to do this and have the market, you know, and if multiple people are doing it, have the market rise knowing that the census is wrong, and I wouldn't feel right about that. So these will actually get mailed back to CGC to let them know, hey, these books have been updated. But you guys, those are the two books. I mean, from an 8.5 on both of them, I mean, I don't know. You guys leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And the 337 came back white pages when it was originally off-white to white. That's really cool. So if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for watching. As always, we know the routine. Subscribe, notification bell, like, la la la. We know all that. But most importantly, leave a comment. I want to know what you guys think about this video. Like I said, keep on the hush hush. I have about 4 more books that are off the CGC that I just did the same thing to. So look forward to those. Until then, keep it wild, keep it fun. Catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. So dope, dude. How cool is that?